Alright, so hello everyone. Welcome back to our mathematics class today. So in today's lesson, as you can see in the slide here, we have two major parts. The first one is about angles and the second part is protractor. Alright, in some previous lesson, we already learned about the transposing method and captain on top method to find out the value of one variable in equation. And we also learned about inequality. All right, so today let's go deeply into some aspects of geometry in mathematics. The first one, we can, oh, sorry, I will change into the black ink here. All right, so we have the first part of our lesson today is about angle. Angle. So what is angle? To help you guys can imagine the image of angle easier, I will draw an example here. All right, so you can see it is the image of angle in geometry. So you guys can easily see that this angle is created by two lines, right? The first line here and the second line. So they are called arm. Okay, they are called arm of the angle. So this line can be arm 1. All right, this line can be arm 1, and of course the other must be arm 2. All right, so arm is just the name of these two lines, so you can freely name this line is arm 1 or arm 2. It depends on you. If this line is arm 1, of course the other must be arm 2, and vice versa. So you can see these two lines have a common point here. So the intersection of these two lines is called the vertex of the angle. All right, you can see the common point here, the red point here, and it is called the vertex of the angle. All right, the vertex is the highest point of something. So we have the vertex of the angle. All right, we also have some other features related to angles, and I will give you in this lesson. So let's move on to the unit of angle. All right, so we have the first content here. We have the unit of angle. All right, so in terms of unit of angle, we have degree. And of course, we have the symbol of degree is a small circle like that. All right, so let's move on to the second part. We have the name. How to name an angle. All right. To be honest, we have two different ways to name an angle. The first one, all right, I will draw two branches here. We have two ways. The first way, you can use uppercase letters. All right, you can use uppercase letter. All right, uppercase letters. But remember that uppercase letters are often used for the points. All right, used for the points here. And another way, we have the lowercase letter. All right, the lowercase letters. But remember that uppercase letters are often used for the lines. Okay, so we have two different ways to name an angle. All right, so to help you guys can understand better, I will take some examples here. Firstly, I draw an angle here. Oh, sorry. Okay, the first angle and the second one here, we have two angles in this exercise. So in the first case, you can see here, I will use uppercase letters to name the points. And of course, I have to put 3 points in this angle. I will use the red ink here. Okay, so we have the first point is A, the vertex is B, and the last point we have C. So we have three different points in this angle, and you can see that the vertex is the highest point here is named B. All right. And move on to the second one, the second angle. Instead of using uppercase letters like a point here, I will use lowercase letter instead. So I will have to write A and B. All right. And I need to use lowercase letter because I am using them to name the lines. All right. So also this angle also have a vertex here, but it has no name because I haven't named the vertex here. So if you like, you can name the vertex here like A or B or something else like that. But remember, it is the point, so you have to use uppercase letters to name it. All right, so it is the name, the way you can use to name an angle. So let's move on to another important part of angles we have. All right, so we have some special cases of angles, the third part here. All right, so third part, let's pay more attention. We have some special cases of angles. All right, you can see the very first case here is the right angle. Right angle. All right, so I think this term is quite brand new for you guys, right? So what is right angle? Firstly, you have to get to know the definition. And you need to remember that right angle is 90-degree angle. Yeah, it is a 90-degree angle. And of course, we have the symbol for this kind of angle. I will draw it here. All right, so we have we have a square symbol here at the vertex. And it is used for indicating the right angle. All right, you can see the square symbol here. It is used for indicating the right angle. And remember, right angle is 90-degree. All right, so move on to the second case. We have another case of special angles. We have acute angle. Acute angle here. So acute angle is less than 90-degree. All right, you have to remember 90-degree. And the symbol, I will draw an image here. We already know above, right? Acute angle is less than 90-degree. And one more case, we have the last case, we have obtuse length angle. In terms of obtuse angle, it is greater than 90-degree and less than 180-degree, like this. And of course, I will draw an image of obtuse angle for you guys to remember and for deeper understanding. Right, so it is the obtuse angle. All right, so we already learned about three different kinds of special angles here. So let's do some small exercises to reinforce the knowledge. All right, so we will move on to the, all right, so sorry. All right, so we will have some small exercises here. Small exercises. So I will draw some angles, so you have to find out the vertex for me. All right, the first angle here, the second angle here, and the third angle. Okay, so we have three different angles here. All right, so before finding out the vertex, I will name this angle. Firstly, I will take 3 points, A, B, and C. Accordingly, this figure we have N and P. And the last figure we have E, F, R. All right, so we have 3 different figures here. Okay, so I will give you some minutes to find out the vertex of these 3 angles here. All right. So let's get started with the very first figure. So what is the vertex of this angle? Please tell me. Yeah, all right. So it must be baby here because you can see baby is the point at the vertex and it is the intersection between 2 lines here. So baby will be the vertex of this first angle. All right, so move on to the second angle. What is the vertex? All right, that's correct. We have N. Here is a vertex. And of course, accordingly, we have F is the vertex of the third angle. It is quite easy, right? Okay, so let's pay more attention to the second aspect of our lesson today. It is about the protractor. All right, so we move on to the second aspect here. We will learn about the protractor. All right, the protractor here, the second part, we will learn about the protractor. So firstly, what is protractor? All right, what is protractor? We need to get the definition first. Okay, so a protractor is a tool that can help you guys measure an angle. And do you remember the unit of angle is degree, right? So you can see I already put an image of protractor here so you can easily see it. All right, so here we have a 180-degree protractor. It is the half of a circle here like that. Okay, so now let's see some figures, some features or characteristic of this protractor. All right, so we have some features here. Some features of this protractor. Firstly, you can see that this protractor will have a central point here. All right, the central point here. It is very important, the central point, and also it has 2 different baselines, the line on the right and the line on the left here, 2 different baselines, okay? The right baseline and the left baseline here, okay? And you can also see that this projector has 2 circles, right? The inner circle here and the outer circle. So how to use? So firstly, I will write something down. All right, I will note the features down so that you can copy into the notebook. First one, we have the central point in the middle. All right, we have the central point. We have the central point, and also we have 2 baseline. 2 baseline. All right, 2 baselines for each projector. So let's move on to the how. All right, so move on to the third part. We will learn how to use the projector to measure an angle. All right, so let's move on to the third part. So how to use the projector. Firstly, I will, of course, draw an angle here. Yeah, we already know about the name of this kind of angle, right? So how is this called? It is an acute angle, right? So how to use the protractor to measure the degree or measure the scale of this angle? So firstly, I will copy paste the protractor above. Okay. And then I will introduce the usage of this protractor to all of you. All right. So firstly, I will zoom it in. All right. Firstly, you have to put the protractor, and you need to know that the central point of the protractor here must coincide with the vertex of the angle, like this. All right. Okay. Okay, that's good. So I think I need to redraw the line, the arm here, because it is not straight at all. All right. Okay, I will redraw this line. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Please wait a minute. I think it is so difficult to use the pen. Okay, I think it is better, right? So you can see that firstly, you have to put the central point of the protractor coincide with the vertex of the angle. And of course, the arm here, I think it is the first arm of the angle, also must coincide with the right baseline of the protractor. In this case, I am using the right baseline to measure the angle. And one key note you guys have to remember, that is when you use the right baseline here, all right, you can see the right baseline, here, you have to use, or you have to base on the blue numbers here. I mean the numbers in a circle. All right. And I already said that it is a 180-degree protractor, so it ranges from the 0 degree to 180 degrees. All right, so let's see. To help you guys can realize better, I will lengthen the arm tool here. All right, I will lengthen arms tool here. All right. So based on the arm tool here, you can easily get the measure of this angle, right? All right, let me see. It is about 40 degree. All right, it is about 40 degree. All right, 40 degree here. All right, so 40 degree is the measure for this angle. It is quite easy, right? And it is also the usage of protractor. You can use this tool to measure the angle. Okay, one more example for you guys here. I will draw next to the first one. Sorry, I will draw another angle. Okay, like this.